Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Hey everyone, and good morning. I am in my garage waiting for a couple special little scooters to show up. A friend of mine, John, who owns Moto Parts here in Edmonton. He's a supplier of vintage and classic British and other motorcycle parts and accessories. We did a trade a couple weeks ago for the old Henderson motorcycle engine that I acquired. He gave me some cash and a couple scooters. So any minute he's gonna be showing up. But I realized that I made a fatal error. I made a fatal error last night. I thought after watching, you know, when you get lost on the interweb, you get lost on the net and you see people doing stuff. Well, I thought it would be a good idea to try using a foot peel mask. So last night I soaked my feet in what was odd little bags. And now this morning, my feet are starting to feel kind of itchy and funky. Nothing weird happening yet. But I have a feeling that as I walk around today, I might be shedding in my shoes, which is a weird feeling. The most concerning part though wasn't that. John's gonna watch this video later on. He's be like, oh, I was in Alex's YouTube video. I wonder what he was talking about before I got there. Well, now you know. That wasn't the concerning part. The concerning part was reading the instructions on the back of it. I'm gonna show you exactly what the instructions are like. And maybe you should be concerned for me too. Reading the instructions starts off pretty normal. Soak 10 minutes, then dry the feet. Then it says, lake out the foot mask. Okay, typo. It should read, take out the foot mask and cut the seal. Gently wear foot mask. Yep. Massage foot mask so that the essence evenly contact with foot skin. Apparently that's not the best English, but okay. It gets concerning when it says part 4, 48 hours later, begin to soak feet with warm feet. So do I find somebody else with warm feet and rub their feet on my feet? I am assuming they meant water. So I'm kind of reading into that. But here's what scared me the most. Under tips, this product is a powerful product. Use up to 2 times per month. When the old cuticle and dead skin off after use. And then here in capitals it says, do not leer with hands. What? What does that mean? Don't leer with hands. The most important thing in capitals doesn't make any sense and doesn't translate well into English. So we're gonna find out if my feet fall off. To the people at, you should be concerned. I'm sure that, you know, the people at Babeskin, this is what happens when you order the thing on Amazon that's slightly cheaper than the real thing. This isn't a product review, trust me. I don't think these people would want me actually doing a product review. Maybe I hope it's gonna work and not deform my feet or anything like that. But I'll be hiding this fact from John while he's here and we're just gonna talk motorcycles. But so you know, for the rest of this video, I'm going through some weird foot peel situation while the events of today unfold. So here we go. I spent the last little while basically organizing my garage so that I could fit 2 cars in here. Didn't accommodate for 2 extra scooters, but that's okay. It's only gonna be temporary. Now let's see where he is. Just waiting by my window. It feels like waiting for Santa Claus to show up with presents. I'm sure he'll be here soon. Well, good morning, John.
How you doing, Alex?
I was just telling the folks at home about what a great shop you've got going on.
Oh.
And I was waiting, you don't have the beard, but I said it felt like waiting for Santa Claus to show up with Christmas presents.
Santa Claus's ugly little brother.
My neighbors have seen lots of trailers pull up to this house.
I bet you they have.
I don't even have any old cars in there right now. It's actually kind of depressing. They're all at the shop.
Well, there they are.
They will have a couple bikes. So I know that I own these now, but what year are they?
The red one's a 61, and the blue one's a 64.
Okay.
And they're both Lambretta 150 LIs.
Okay, so that's the slightly faster, the improved version, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I would say so, yeah. They're not particularly fast machines. It's the most fun you can have at 40 miles an hour, but they're really cool.
Oh yeah, and well, they're gonna, I'm sure, do the trick. You know, a little of this, a little of that. Well, let's. I'll help you get them out, and then we'll have a look at them.
Sure.
And one down, and that's the 64.
Yes. Yeah.
They look pretty similar, don't they?
Very similar.
It's a cute looking little bike, actually.
They're lovely looking bikes.
The ultimate in Italian cruising.
I can't believe how tough these things are made. It's any wonder there's still so many survivors. The engines in them and the powertrain is unbelievably strong.
Yeah, they're notably a decent bike. I mean, other than a little bit of paint failure on this, it's really not in bad shape.
Failure. The other one's actually quite a lot sharper.
But that's just the side cover. I mean, that would come off. You could just
Oh, yeah.
easily get that repainted.
Oh yeah, sure you can. Here, I'll show you.
Twist and pull.
Here we go.
There.
And
Look, now the paint's good, except it doesn't have side cover.
access to your spark plug and so forth.
Yeah.
There's the serial number there.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
where they put it on these.
Well, that's cool. That'll be an easy fix.
Yeah.
The other side, yeah, it's the same thing.
Same situation.
It just probably the stress from pulling at those handles just must have cracked whatever type of paint they used.
I just think the paint was done poorly. to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Well, that's all right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna push this one in the garage while you get the other one out.
Okay.
Well, there they are in their new home in my garage. The red one's in pretty good shape. No real challenges there. Might need a little replating or a bit of TLC, but overall looks pretty good. They are a stylish little bike, aren't they? Just the cutest little thing. And I love the dual saddle seats. NSU Prima Ds, Lambrettas, Vespas, they all, at one time in the 50s, they gave dual saddles like this. And later they'd go to the full length seat, which may be more comfortable, some might say, but I think that just looks classic. Very, very cool. I'll have to check in with John and get the lowdown on them. So you've had them running.
I was riding them a couple of weeks ago, actually, Alex.
You were riding them with a big smile on your face.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
So is there a charged battery in them now, or?
Yeah, actually they have a magneto, so they don't need battery to start.
Okay, good, yeah.
Starting's usually relatively easy. They wouldn't start this morning. They were too cold.
Okay, yeah.
This is your choke right here.
Okay,
Turn that down
all right.
and then kick.
Do you have to do anything to turn the gas on, like the gas valve?
This is the gas valve on this one.
Okay,
It's already open.
it's open, okay. So I wonder if I should close it while it's in the garage.
Oh, God, yeah. That one over there doesn't have one.
It doesn't have a gas valve? Okay, it normally would have though. It just isn't.
Yeah, I don't know why it's missing. No,
But it still is able to start and run. As
Yep.
it, well, you know, you get a bike like this, you expect it's going to need a few little things. So, but you don't normally deal in Italian bikes. You normally deal in British stuff, and I see the Triumph logo on your shirt.
Yeah.
Triumph motorcycles. So, what got you into motorcycles?
I've been involved with motorcycles since I was, before I was 12 years old. And British motorcycles, and I've just never really left them. I like every motorcycle, and the new stuff is so good, but I just kind of prefer the Brit stuff.
But you're a specialist in, I'd say, what, Norton, Triumph, BSA?
Norton Triumph and BSA from the mid-60s to the late 70s is what we spend most of our time and effort in.
Okay, and you have quite an inventory on hand, too. I mean, I've been in there and seen brand new seats for Norton sitting on the shelf.
We stock 10 to 12,000 new part numbers and tons of used spares for Norton Triumph and BSA. That's our business, and has been now for 26 years.
Wow, and that was, so 26 years, that was kind of your retirement goal, wasn't it, to do something fun, or?
Yeah, well, you know, retirement, it's quite a retirement when you're working 275 hours a month, but that's kind of what it takes to keep a small business going, as
But
you well know, Alex.
you were an accountant prior to that, though, right?
A chartered accountant for 25 years. Yeah.
So you knew what you're getting into.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, I do. And fortunately, the paperwork side of the business is very easy. And of course, part numbers are numbers. So I've had lots of familiarity with numbers. And of course, it's my passion as well. So
Wow, it's a good combination. It's like our friend Harry, who retired from his job to open up a motorcycle shop too.
Thank God he did, because he's so good at it.
Yes, that's our friend Harry Pytel. You both share excellent choices of mustaches, I must say.
Harry and I have been friends for more than 30 years, and so we enjoy each other's company and working with each other.
Well, and you're two of the nicest guys that I know. So for people at home who are watching and want parts, you will ship to the United States as well, correct?
Yeah, we ship all over North America. It's unfortunately too expensive shipping costs to ship out of North America, but we handle the United States and Canada.
Right, but if it's a small part like a carb rebuild kit or something.
Yeah, we can do it. We'll do a special quotation for them.
Okay, so if people want to visit you, they can. I could just look at your trailer here.
There it is.
And say, just follow the directions on that trailer. Motoparts Inc. Motopartsinc.com, or there's his phone number. Or do you have a fax machine still?
No, I should take that off.
I was gonna say, what if you start getting faxes coming through that line?
No, we joined the 21st century a couple of years ago.
Oh, there we go.
We got rid of the fax machine, and of course everything's electronic like everything else.
Well, and you're towing. I noticed the other thing that I kind of just bypassed is you pulled up in a Lightning. That's kind of a hot truck to be pulling a trailer with, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really a great truck for trailers. It's got a lot of power. This one's 22 years old. I just love the truck.
It doesn't look 22 years old, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's only got 135,000 clicks on it, so we don't drive it a lot. But it's towing the trailer today, and we'll be off to Central Alberta tomorrow.
Oh wow, yeah. Because what does it have for an engine? It's got something kind of hot under the hood, I think, if I recall.
From Ford, it's got a 5.4 liter Triton V8 with a Eaton supercharger on top.
Okay, so not your average little truck. So there's probably all sorts of young guys who would just be drooling over a truck like that, and here you are pulling your trailer with it. But
Yeah.
you know, that's the thing. Cool truck for a cool guy. I guess that's how it works.
You know, this truck is amazing. Ford deserves to survive just because they built something like this.
You see all the Chevy fans out there are going to be throwing stuff at their screens, but that's okay. If Chevy and Ford owners can get along, so can the rest of us. Well, I appreciate you coming by today. I think you guys have a wonderful business, and it's always my pleasure to see you. So thanks again for coming by, John.
Thank you, Alex.
Now that I got the little scooters in my garage, I have to start thinking about making room at the store. I did sell one of the motorcycles there, so that should create a little bit of space, but definitely not enough to fit two Lambrettas. They're actually quite long. They're the size of a full-size motorcycle. They're big. But I have my aunt coming to visit me today from out of town, so we're going to do a socially distant visit, I guess, and say hello. And she's come in for Thanksgiving because, yeah, you know what they say, there's no place like home for the holidays. So she'll be here visiting, and I think I've got my mom, so hoping that we're gonna have a good Thanksgiving weekend. Because in Canada, our Thanksgiving happens in October, as opposed to the United States in November. But we still eat turkey, and we still have pumpkin pie, which surprisingly, if you don't know, pumpkin pie is actually mostly butternut squash pie. When you go to the stores, it says 100% pumpkin. It's usually butternut squash instead. Fun fact about that, which I posted on my Facebook earlier this week. But either way, we're gonna enjoy some squash, and pumpkin's a squash anyway, so who cares? It's delicious in my belly, and I'm gonna get some. So we're gonna run a few errands here, and hopefully, I think my aunt, both of my aunts and my uncle are gonna be meeting us over at the shop in a little bit. So we'll go say hello to them and see how they're doing. I forgot about my feet. They're feeling a little funky. I'm gonna have to put that behind me and deal with that later. I am going to go pick up my Woody wagon, which has been in the shop before I go see my aunt. I have a couple hours before my aunt show up at my store. So we're gonna go see how the car is progressing and get it brought home. We didn't get everything done to it. We got some stuff done to it though. Kind of a coincidence. My old Buick is sitting out next to me. Well, I did sell that car a little while ago. I knew it needed a fuel pump, so it's probably here getting that put in. My old car is here, my current driver. Of course, the Toyota's giving me no problem so far, knock on wood. And the Woody wagon is in the shop somewhere. This building we're in used to be a Texaco station back in the 1950s, and even the washroom here is still set up basically as it was. I think that they've cleaned the toilet since then, but it's still basically as Texaco left it. There's your customer access door and everything, but how cool is that? We're gonna walk through and go have a look at the Woody wagon and see how she's coming along.
the renos and stuff. Looks like, what were they using it for? Just like a storage yard or something? Oh, that's when it was for sale.
Yeah, it sat abandoned after they closed the station down.
That happens with a lot of gas stations. A lot of people don't want to mess around taking the tanks out, but it's cool that you preserve the history of it, and it looks so good now. So there she is, up in the air. We just had a fuel tank put on it. The old gas tank was worse for wear. It was actually quite corroded, so we had to take it out and get it cleaned up, fix the carburetor on it. And now it should be just about ready to come back home for now anyway. Still a little bit more to do, but it is nice to have a look underneath it and see that generally speaking, it's, you know, pretty solid vehicle. You know, not looking at a lot of rust or corrosion, you know. At least it's got good bones. And that's important with a vehicle like this, make sure it's got good bones. Well, that's it. So now I basically just have to wait until they're finished up with road tests and check it over, and I'll be coming back home. So Cartoons, which is behind me there in Edmonton, they mainly deal in hot rods and vintage cars. I think they do everything, but they're kind of a specialist when it comes to the nostalgia and old vehicles. So off I go, continue on with my errands for the day, and hopefully I'll be getting that Woody wagon back home before too long. I think later today. So it's happened. They're finally here. The ants have come marching 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. Bum, 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 bum. These are my dad's sisters, and who my dad pested over many, many years.
Terribly.
Yes.
We miss it, believe it or not.
If you need someone to stick your head in a toilet or give you a Dutch rubber and noogie or something.
That is exactly what you did. Over the toilet.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Just threatening. Just
threatening.
But that
it
didn't
was
even...
all in fun.
And then of course there was the brain one. Right?
Yes,
The
brain
one.
lemon.
Yeah, where you just you do this.
Yes, and then
you
the knuckle.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
didn't even change when you were adults. Even up
No,
until the
no.
last couple of years, he would still see you and put you in a headlock.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll have to
There
make
was
up for
never
that.
an endpoint.
No, there wasn't.
Well, I'm
it
glad-
was always on.
I'm really glad that you came in. My Aunt Carrie, that aunt, lives in the most beautiful part of Canada. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yeah,
but
say
one of the most, all
one
of
of-
Canada is beautiful, but one of the
Yes.
most temperate climates in Canada. You can't
Yeah.
deny that. Where there's palm trees, you can't
There-
deny it's not nice weather. So
there
she's on
are-
Vancouver Island.
Yes.
And has been on, you helped out with the Potter. Both of you came, I think. You didn't come to the Potter's house,
No,
but Aunt Janice did.
That's a little bit far for me.
Yep. But my Aunt Janice on the left, or on that side there, you might remember. Hedge trimming at the
Yeah.
Potter's house.
Yeah.
You may have seen her in that video. So,
We
and
had fun doing that.
Yeah.
it was a good visit.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
nice.
And now you've come bearing gifts, which
Yes.
you guys have brought. You brought candy for the kids for Halloween.
Yeah, for the whole family, and also for Linda, Dawn's wife, because of course they all loved Halloween.
Yeah.
So I brought treat bags for everybody.
Oh, that's the sweetest thing, literally and figuratively.
That's good.
There's 6
But,
different
um,
kinds. So
6 different kinds. Okay.
yeah, 6 different kind of bags, because you have to have variety.
Yes.
So
You put some
yeah.
thought into this.
Yeah.
You
because
always
course.
do.
We have to have
She
fun.
always does.
Okay, well, I got to show you guys around and give you the tour of what's
Yes.
been happening at the store.
Yeah.
How's the other
So
one?
the pinball wizard himself, Jim here, has come into the shop today to see what's going on with my machine. It was working perfectly, and then it stopped. It was making was making some loud noises for a bit. I think that rotating thing, but I don't know what happened. It's like it has when I go to engage the button, it's like the free play isn't working, or I don't know. So I'm hoping that with your wisdom and your skill set, you'll be able to figure out what the heck's going on with this thing.
I think it's a fuse, Alex.
Is it a fuse? Oh well, didn't check that. Is that one blown? Yep.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, this might be an easier fix than we thought. Now I feel silly. I could have checked that myself. But when you're dealing with an old machine like this, it's generally good to have someone look at it. Plus, I don't think you haven't looked at this machine yet either.
No.
There's some random little wires that are loose and connected to each other in here. I don't know what that was all about. Is that for your tilt?
I think that was for the tilt. We'll look at it. Bumpers.
So it wasn't just the fuse. We have a burnt coil.
Yeah, actually they're all sort of doing the same thing. As soon as you hit one of these bumpers,
Yeah.
it's going to game over. But this one is
It's loose.
quite crispy.
Yeah, it doesn't look that great.
Oh.
Do you have coils with you?
It might not be that. I don't know. We'll figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So.
Still a beautiful day outside, and my Aunt Carrie got a couple things. You got a 1940 Life magazine.
Yes.
True Experiences.
True experiences.
Why Joshua Heifetz married a movie star. Why? I think the obvious thing is, wouldn't it be obvious why you would marry a movie star? They're probably good looking, probably got some money. I think that would make sense. Who would buy that on that title alone? I wonder why.
Red-haired mannequin, the true, what is it? The story of a playboy in love. Woohoo! And McCall.
Oh yeah, complete needlework hat. You gonna make that hat?
Yeah, probably.
I gotta see you with that hat.
Except bigger.
Bigger?
Bigger.
Okay,
Yeah.
well you could use it as a satellite dish too. Get really good reception on your phone. Oh, I am so glad you came for it. So hopefully we'll see you guys again before the end of the Thanksgiving long weekend here
I think so.
in good old Canada. But and thank you very much for all the goodies for the kids.
Yeah, you bet.
So nice to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you too.
And great job on the store. Lots of cool things in there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we were chatting with some folks that were here from a little ways out of town, and they were having fun walking around. So I'm glad that you guys came too. You're the stars of today's visit, though. We should get you to sign something for. I always like seeing my aunties.
Bye, everybody.
So that is it. Another busy day. Jim is going to continue to work on the pinball machine a bit. Sean is running the shop for me, so they're figuring that out. I'm sure when I get back in tomorrow for Saturday, it's going to be A-okay and back working for the kids to come through and check it out. I am not getting my Woody Wagon back today. They got everything done, but ran out of time, and it's a long weekend, so I'll get it back on Tuesday, which is fine because I need a little bit more time to work on these. And it's nice to have the extra space in the garage over the weekend. So for me, that's fine. They can have the car over the weekend. I'll be playing around with some little Lambrettas here and hoping to get these out, maybe tootle around up and down the street a little bit. Either way, really fun day, guys. And as for my feet, well, I'm afraid to take my socks off, frankly. It's been feeling tingly and a little bit funky all day. Let's hope that the chemicals in there were approved by, normal standards. I'm sure they were. If you're from that company, from Babeskin, and you're saying this guy's giving us a hard time, well, I don't know. You guys have to get somebody to proofread your packaging, but I bought it anyway. I'll let you know if my feet fall off. You can call me old Stumpy if that happens. Anyway, it's gonna be, why do my episodes always end up on a weird note? Anyway, this is gonna be a fun weekend. It's Thanksgiving for us in Canada. So for all of you in Canada, have a wonderful weekend. For my American friends and those of you all around the world, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on Instagram at Curiosity Inc. YEG, where I post pictures of things for sale and cool stuff that's come through the store. And you can find similar content, enhanced content on our Facebook page under Curiosity Inc. Have a wonderful day, guys. Stop by and see us sometime if you're in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Other than that, bye for now.